Hello and welcome to Shelley's Sacred Space and our Tarot Tidbits. Today we're looking at the Page and Knight of Cups. A reminder, we are using 4 decks to compare the similarities and differences to get a better understanding of the cards. We start with the Radiant Coleman Smith Rider-Waite version, the Fifth Spirit Tarot, the Samana Tarot, and the Green Witch Tarot. So let's get started with the Page. Now, a reminder that the court cards can represent a person, a personality, an experience, all of these things. What is noted with the Page is it's a newer experience or a younger energy. So it can be that love of life that you see in someone who's retired and is starting to live their dreams. You can see that in a young child when they first discover something that they've never seen before and they're wowed by it. And you can have that in the person who's starting a brand new job. It's that beginning excitement where everything is so new and fresh and fun. That is the energy of the Page. In our Page of Cups, you can see that there is water behind the person and it's flowing. It's up and down. So this is an indication that it's not smooth sailing, but it's not a flood. It's not overpowering. It's not waves crashing on. It's just a flow. So this card talks about going with the flow, being able to handle the bigger waves and the little waves. The Page is talking or looking at, almost looks like communicating with a fish in a cup. This really brings in the humor aspect. That's how it can feel sometimes when we deal with our subconscious, is we're literally talking to some animal or something that we just, neither one of us understand each other. So that's what that can represent. You've got someone who is great around people, can be charismatic because they're heart-centered. They can be fun and they can be joyful. This card is about new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of looking at things. It can be a dreamer. However, with that being said, we can also have immaturity, selfishness, the disconnect between the subconscious and the conscious. Okay, in this card, we have 2 balloons, each with something different in them. One has the fish, and the other one looks like it has a jellyfish. So that tells me that there's lots of new ideas coming through. There's lots of feelings of, oh, what about this? And oh, the excitement of that. And it's almost like they come so quickly and they're let go of just as quickly. So it's not necessarily committing to anything as much as just experiencing the joy of something new. And here we have the sharing of the water. And of course, right behind is the big body of water. Then they're in a little separate section and they're sharing that with another section. Now, there is a bottle in the water with something in it, but I'm not sure what. Now, what's also interesting is it looks like he's been under the water to go and get that bucket. So that's going into the subconscious, connecting with the subconscious and bringing that forward. So a lot of times when we are younger, we have that connection already. And I'm thinking along the lines of when we're children, in that we actually are connected to our subconscious a lot more than we are when we're older. We learn to bring forward the things that get us rewarded and not to even think about the things that don't get us rewarded, which is usually where our subconscious thoughts end up. So that's an interesting aspect that's brought in on this card. And here we have a female representation. So again, this now indicates that it's receptive energy. It's more internal energy. This also indicates that. What I like about this one is it's a blank canvas. So she's at a point where she gets to create anything that she wants, and she's surrounded by inspiration. And that's one of the things that is indicated in this that we might not catch in a couple others. But same with this one, we're surrounded by inspiration, which is fantastic. The other thing that you will see is there is a beaver in the top here. And the beaver actually represents goal setting, creativity, and creativity with the available resources. And don't forget hard work. So in this card, we're being indicated that there's work to be done, but you get to choose how this is going to come out, how this is going to be painted, how this is going to be created. You get to decide that and then do the work towards it. So that is our Page of Cups. Let's take a look at the Knight. So our Knight energy brings in a more mature energy. We've got your witty, charming personality, someone who is observant, networking, socializing. They're romantic and heart-centered. They can also be oversensitive and ungrounded and aim for escapism. Okay, so in our Radiant Rider-Waite, we see a horse, and this horse is trotting, head is down, there's a position, it has a meaning. I do not know what it is, but you can look it up unless you do. You have Mercury wings up here. We've got the suit of armor, which means that they're protected. They're not like the page where they're just like, look at me, yada, yada. They've now learned a few things to hold back some stuff and they've protected themselves. The horse is in movement. They're not standing still and they're ready to take on the challenges that face them. They're ready to take on their emotions. They're ready to move past anything that's holding them back. In this one, we have she's on roller skates with a radio, a boombox, cup of coffee. She's ready to take on things. She's the life of the party. That's the Knight. The life of the party, the fun, charming, let's all hang around. How great is this? Love this card for that, the energy. And here we have the Knight. You see the water pouring down. They're protected with that umbrella. The horse is covered in white, which is purity, standing strong and true, ready to go. It's a feeling of prestige in that card. And then, of course, this card, you have a younger person, but not as young as the page, holding up the cup high, very proud again of being in this situation. We've got the stork, which brings the newness. The pathway to follow is there. They're on their path. This card does bring about energy that's still young, that's about networking and connected to your inner desires, ready to explore and take on the world. It can sometimes feel overwhelming and you could feel like you're too sensitive, but overall, you're heart centered and ready to explore from that space. Thank you for joining me for the Page and the Knight. Our next two cards are the Queen and the King of Cups. Until then, bye for now.